Greetings, folks. I'm Tim Mendees. Welcome to another very special launch party. Again, I've got my funky thing. I've got my party poppers, rock and roll. And this time, I've got a jellyfish in a party hat. See, mixing it up a bit. A jellyfish in a party hat. Okay, thank you for joining me. Tonight's launch party is for the novelette, The Creeping Void, from Eerie River Publishing. Here's how you can check them out. If the banner works, there we go. That's www.eerriverpublishing.com. The Creeping Void is part of the After series of novelettes / novellas that Eerie River put together. It was a call last year. Michelle did an invite thing for 8 of us. Basically our take on the apocalypse. The stories aren't linked except by the unifying theme of these. These are basically what happens after the apocalypse. Mine is the 4th in the series. I'll tell you a little bit more about the first 3 later in the broadcast. For now, if you want to, before we go any further, if you want to be in with a shot to win a signed copy of the paperback when I get them, because I haven't actually got them yet. So what I will do is I'll do another disastrous unboxing / prize draw video. So if you want to be in with a shout for one of those, one of 3 copies, all you got to do, again, the usual, the phrase that pays, give me a Vertagen book. All you got to do, say that, just comment that, and you're in. And you'll be drawn out the octopus pot if I don't throw your name all over the carpet beforehand, like I did last time, like a fool. Yeah, and you'll get one winging away. There will also be signed copies available from that time for a limited period. Okay, before we go any further, let me show you the cover, because it is a sexy little number that Michelle River came up with. If I can find it. Sorry, I'm being a bit rubbish today. I've taken so many antihistamines because of the hay fever that I'm a bit away with the fairies. Okay, so yeah, here's the cover. Beautiful thing, isn't it? I love the way the clouds and all the rest of it. I mean, that really sums up the story, and anybody who's read it on an ARC will know that sums it up really well. Like I say, I haven't got the paperback, but when it does come out, because I have another, it's one of the smaller mini book style books, and I do happen to have one that is the same size, and it's my first novella, Burning Reflection, and because of the unifying theory and the Scottish theme, it is sporran sized. Yeah, fit perfectly in your sporran. So yeah, it's going to be a beautiful little book. I can't wait to get my hands on it. If you want to buy a copy, because like I say, it's released now, it is 77p for the ebook. I mean, that's a bargain, isn't it? And it's actually less than a £5 for the print copy. It's less than a pint, man. You know, what are you waiting for? So here's how you get hold of a copy. That is getbook.at/creeping_void. Yeah, getbook.at/creeping_void. Right. I will be just answering some questions in a bit after I've done a little bit of a reading. Also, yeah, just a reminder, that's the phrase you've got to put down in the comments if you want to be entered into the prize draw. Give me a Vertagen book. Okay, so I'll just check the comments first. Yep. Excellent. It's working. I was a bit worried. So when I first clicked go live, it sort of went all weird. I didn't know whether it was working or not. So yes, my story is set in the post-apocalyptic Scottish Highlands, and things have descended into a Jacobean clan structure. Yeah. I don't want to go any much further with the description because I don't want to give much away, apart from the fact that it is very Lovecraftian. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read chapter 1. There is an intro, but I'm just going to straight in with chapter 1. Okay, it's called Grime and Punishment. Ouch! Bastard thing! Willie drew his hand back sharply from the football-sized thistle and blew on his pricked finger. Tom chuckled. I told you to wear the gloves, you daft bampot. And I told you, the fake leather crap brings me out in a rash. Wrapping a strip of cloth from his tatty shirt around his injured digit, Willie picked up the oddly glowing seeds that he'd managed to extract from the spiky triffid. Fucking thistles! I hate the bastard things. How long have we got to do this for? Tom shrugged and dug a gloved finger into the heart of his own thistle. You heard the laird. We do this until our punishment is paid, whatever the hell that means. Aye, he does talk a load of shite, but we should probably count ourselves lucky. That poor sod Douglas is still mucking out the outhouses. 2 months up to his elbows in shite. Now there's a punishment. Willie grinned and gave his thistle a hard jab with a rusty dirk fashioned from an old pair of meat shears. Seeds burst obscenely from the rupture in a grotesque parody of birth. Jackpot! It's a good job we only got caught with a couple of calculators. What was that contraption Douglas had? Willie thought for a moment. Pis Vita. What the hell's that when it's at home? Pis Vita. God alone knows what it does, but that's what was written on the front of it, just above this screen. There were a bunch of buttons with shapes on them and a couple of wiggly sticks. Pis Vita. Must be dangerous to warrant 2 months of crapper duty. He'd have made a good bit of coin from the steam wagoners if he got away with it, Tom sighed. Come to think of it, so would we if we hadn't got collared by that bore-bag provost. Still, he were lucky it was his first offence. People have been hung for less, Willie sniffed. He was lucky they didn't flog him raw neither. You remember what happened to Shuggy Riley? Aye, Tom shuddered. Poor devil's back was stripped of skin and rubbed with salt. I reckon I'd have preferred the noose. Well, he got that next time, didn't he? Poor sod. Willie finished stuffing the pile of thistle seeds into his satchel, then stood and peered up the heather-blanketed slope. More of the strange, twisted weeds had sprouted overnight. They crept closer to the village each day. You couldn't destroy them once they had sprouted. They were there to stay. If you lopped off their heads, they just grew back bigger, and the roots were lethal if you cut them. Strangely enough, though, the seeds were delicious. The corruption's spreading. I swear we'll have to move again soon. Aye, Tom muttered thoughtfully. The void's getting closer, look. He pointed over to the south, where roiling clouds of blackness punctuated with splodges of indescribable colour blotted out the horizon. Can't be more than a few miles away now. We're going to need to go further north. There ain't much further north we can go, pal. Orkney and Shetland have been swallowed up, and it's coming in from the east now, too. Time's nearly up for us. There's only this wee corner left. Willie sucked in the air and grimaced. Even the air tastes shite. My great-granny told me that she used to come up here picking heather. Said the air was sweet and you could see as far south as Inverness on a clear day. Look at it now. Arse end of the world. Tutting and giving his thistle a slap. Tom stood and looked across the hillside. Hey, what's that over there? What? Over there, next to that really big thistle, something glinted. Doing his best to avoid the savage weeds, Tom started towards a clump of fresh void thistles, a couple of 100 yards towards the boundary of the woods. Come on, man, it might be worth a few bob. Willie sighed before chasing after his friend. Aye, but if it's tech, we leave it, right? Right? I'm not scrubbing the shite house, Tom. If we get rumbled, I'm blaming you. Tom wasn't listening. The young Scot was more magpie than man. Crashing through the sick-looking heather, he came to a stop next to the patch of shimmering thistles, dumping his satchel onto the ground and started raking at the freshly split earth. Come on, Willie, pass me the trowel. Willie's apprehension diminished somewhat when he spotted that his compatriot was wrestling with a strip of gleaming metal and not some forbidden object. Hell, is that steel? Taking the preferred dagger digging implement, Tom started to carve chunks of soil from around his find. Aye, I think it's a car bumper. Give me a hand with it, will you? Gripping the end of it firmly, Willie and Tom gave the strip of metal a good tug, tearing it from its grave. It was about a metre in length and ended abruptly where it appeared to have been dissolved by some kind of acid. Hey, look at this, Tom. It must have been caught in the breech blast and buried under tons of shite. Aye, the thistles are always bringing stuff to the surface. I thought the scrappers had picked this hill clean. Willie buffed the steel with the cuff of his jacket. Obviously not. Useless numpties. This will make someone a nice wee sword. Tom beamed. Aye, and us some nice drinking money. Hey, look over yonder. Willie's arm swept over towards the wood. There's more metal over there. I'll never be rude to a thistle ever again. This scrap will keep us in whiskey for weeks, and not that pish they put in the generator neither. Proper bloody whiskey. Tom stuck the steel bar under his arm and followed Willie towards the glittering points in the ground. The closer they got to the woods, the worse the smell became. An overpowering stench of rotting meat and animal musk drifted on the breeze. The woods was strictly a no-go area. Known as the Dreaming Wood by the older locals, it had always been a place of dark legend. The difference was that since the void, the legends were 100% real. Not only did the woods teem with hostile life from somewhere beyond, but the trees and plants themselves had been warped by the kiss of the void. Nobody in their right mind went into the wood, and those that did never returned. Even the already grotesque thistles became larger and more menacing the closer they sprouted to the threshold of the trees. Tangled weeds grew in dense clumps and reached about 5 foot tall. Chin scratchers, Willie called them. Hey, I found one of them pointless round things you used to get on wheels, Tom exclaimed as he plunged into the dirt. Hubcap? Aye, that's the very chap. Great, old Algie can make someone a nice shield to go with that sword. We're in the money, pal. Crack! Willie's celebration was cut short by the snapping twig and a furtive rustle. Hey, what was that? Shite! Tom cursed, reaching for the sword on his back. I hope that weren't one of them furry beasties. Nah, look! Willie yelped as he pushed aside a thistle to reveal the face of a startled teenage girl. It's a lassie! The girl sprung to her feet with her eyes like a rabbit in a lamplight and took off towards the trees. Hey, come back, lass! We won't hurt you! Tom cried after her. Don't go in there, you flaming bampot! Willie added as she skirted the thistles and gave chase. The raven-haired girl wasn't listening as she dashed into the safety of the woods. What the hell is she playing at? Willie panted as they came to a stop at the edge of the wood. She don't stand a chance in there with all them beasties. Tom didn't reply. He was staring slack-jawed up the incline behind them. What should we do, Tom? We can't just let her get eaten, can we? Willie. Stupid girl. Did you recognize her? Willie. What? Come on, man. Help me find her. Willie finally turned around. What are you gawking at? As Willie clapped his eyes upon the abomination creeping in their direction, the girl peered out from behind a tree and hissed, Don't just stand there! Run, you morons! Tom was the first to react and grabbed Willie by his waistcoat before crashing through the low-hanging branches and into the gloom of the dreaming wood. The dark shape wasn't far away by the time they began to run, but it was in no hurry to catch them. It moved slowly, flickering with the same nameless colours as the void on the horizon. It was roughly the same shape as a large bear, but its edges were blurred, pixelated, just swirling clouds of matter. It flickered as though it was out of phase with the rest of the world, shuddering with each step. The ground it touched instantly took on sickness. The heather twisted and died. The grass withered and drooped. The soil burned with acid. Whatever the creature was, it was clearly one with the void. If you want to find out what happens to our two hapless idiots, you'll have to buy the book. Yes, okay, so that was chapter 1 of The Creeping Void, which is out now, right now, from Eerie River Publishing. And that's how you get a copy. That's getbook.at/creeping_void. Excellent. Right, let's have a look at some comments. Just a reminder that if you want to be in with a shot of winning a book, one of 3 signed copies, that's how you do it. Is give me a Fatagan book. Right. So let's have a look at the comments. Like I say, I'll answer any questions you have. So if you get any, just get them down. Hey, Neen says hello. the creepiest intro. Don't worry, anybody who missed it. Obviously, you can watch the video again, but there is an outro as well. I did one for the end as well. Greetings. Greetings, Mr. Hewitt. Funnily enough, Chris Hewitt is next in the series. His novella is next after mine, which will be a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. I'm not entirely sure of the time frame, but it's coming out, and it's a sequel to his story from the Eerie River anthology. It Calls from the Sky, I believe. Then after him, there is one from Joel Hunt, Kimberly Ray, and Holly Cornetto. It's good. It's going to be some great stuff. I mean, like in the group, it's been really interesting seeing everybody's ideas because they've been so disparate. I mean, there's been like, you know, none of these are anything like the others, which is great. I'll tell you about the 3 that are already out in a little while. First, we'll just have a look through these. Hi, guys. Hey, excellent. See some people are getting that down. Yep, brilliant. It is, isn't it? Yeah, Dale says awesome looking cover. Yeah, I think Michelle's done a blinding job on it. It definitely sums up the feel of it. Really does sum up the feel of it. In fact, while we're talking about it, let's have a look. There you go. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful cover. Very happy with it. Okay. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, covers a great hook. Yeah. Hey, Matt. Cheers for tuning in, mate. Good to see you. Yeah, there we go. Finally made one of these due to the time difference. Yeah. Oh, it's like Neen Cohen's joining us from Australia. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, time zones are a constant headache. Excellent. Yeah, warped by the kiss. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Oh, excellent. Yeah. I'm glad. So it's always difficult when I'm doing these kind of things because obviously when I do the live readings when it's just a story, it's fine, but it's picking the right bit to hook. But obviously you don't want to give too much away. You know, it's quite well, as you know, because I mean, KT's been on one of the other launch parties for I believe it was the 0 Hour one. And we all read a bit on that, but it just looks like not to give away too much, but you need to give enough away to reel people in. It's quite tricky. Oh yeah, geez, yeah, there's a few people have said that, but I haven't a clue how you would go about it. I haven't a clue. It's just like, I'm pretty useless at like the world in general. I'm stuck in a bubble. I'm basically stuck in 1986. So it's just, I haven't got a clue what's going on or how to do things. But yeah, you're not the first person to have said that. Surprised I didn't give you a ring for the accent work on this one. Yeah, groundkeeper Willie. Yeah. I should have done that, shouldn't I? To be honest, that's an interesting point because when I was writing it, obviously I didn't want to put too much, like, I didn't want it to become train spotting. I didn't want it to be like too overtly Scots. I mean, it is, but it isn't. It's a fine line, I think. And obviously, the things that I imagine, most of them you could work out. It's easy to figure it out. But I imagine the ones that you don't, that you would have to look up, will give you a giggle. So I'm quite happy for that. I want somebody to type ball bag into Google just for a giggle. Excellent. Yep. So yeah, that's about it. So yeah, it's out now, and that's how you get hold of a copy. Like I say, it'll probably be about a week that the prize draw will still be open. So if you're watching this in a couple of days' time, still get it down. Give me a photography book. You'll be in the prize draw. Right, so just before I go, I'll tell you a little bit about the other stories. The first one is about Trevor Brown, and it's called Derelict. Now, there's a cover. That's a great cover. Yeah. I don't know much about that one. I haven't read it yet, but I mean, it does look absolutely superb. That one's, I think that's more of an overtly horror one. That one, I think. I may be wrong. I may be talking crap there, but if you want a copy of that, there's how you do it. That's getbook.at/derelict. That's getbook.at/derelict. The next one in the series was by my old pal David Green. It's called A Place Beyond the Storm. And apparently he describes it as if you were to take McCarthy's The Road, Z for Zachariah, and the Fallout video games, stick them in a bag, give them a shake, and that's what you get. So, yeah, which I think sounds fantastic if you ask me. Again, where's yours gone? Oh, there it is. That's how you get hold of David Green's. That's getbook.at/Beyond the Storm. Okay, and the one that came out just before mine was by Jay Sandlin, and it's called Quantum Rule. Now, this one sounds brilliant. It's inspired by 80s action dystopian stuff. It's things like Mad Max, stuff like that. So, yeah, that sounds right up my street. So, I've got a copy. I've got copies of all three of them. I just like my to be read pile is like bigger than me. Right, and here's how you get a copy of that. It is getbook.at/quantum_rule. That's getbook.at/quantum_rule. Okay, once again, all of these are part of the After series and brought to you by Eerie River Publishing. It's eerieriverpublishing.com. Simple. Check out the website. There's you find all the other books there, anthologies and things like that. There was some brilliant products. They've also got some really cool swag. Some of it, I've actually got a mug with an octopus on it, which is Eerie River. It's brilliant. Yeah. For any squid heads watching, it's definitely a one. Yeah, definitely. Right. So I'm just going to just check the comments one last time before I wrap it up. Does it include the phrase "you wee basset"? Yeah, it does actually. Of course it does. What prompted me to set it in Scotland? Well, I have family in the Highlands from Arbroath, and I love it up there. And also it's very it's quite bleak, but it's beautiful at the same time. And I thought I'd never really seen it in like the Highlands. I mean, there was one just like post-apocalyptic thing set in Scotland called Doomsday, which I really liked, but that was more of the Mad Max style thing. And I've also a short story which hasn't been released yet, but that's set in the Dreaming Wood. So it ties because as most of you will know, most of my stories are linked. They're all intertwined into my own sort of mythos, I guess. It's my sort of take on the Lovecraft mythos thing. It's sort of my my very English, don't you know, take on it. But yeah, I've got a couple of things set up in Scotland in the Highlands, so it ties into them in sort of tenuous ways. But yeah, it was weird because I also thought this could be my one shot at creating a genre. You know, you got steampunk, you got cyberpunk, now you've got Jacobite punk. A lot of my stories come from stupid what ifs like that, and I was just like, what if there was a genre called Jacobite punk? There you go. So yeah, that was a good question. Thanks. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Neen says David is an awesome read as well. So there you go. You've heard it. She knows her stuff. Excellent. Right. So I'll start wrapping up. If you want to keep up to date with my literary misadventures, go go to my website, which is timmendeeswriter.wordpress.com. That's timmendeeswriter.wordpress.com. Okay. Also, I have a newsletter, and if you sign up to this newsletter, you get a free novelette, which is a King in Yellow novelette called Put On Your Happy Face. So yeah, get that and you will be seeing the yellow sign. To get that is, tinyurl.com/Tim Mendees newsletter. Alternatively, just go to the website, and it's right at the top. It's right at the top. Just put your email address in it and off you go. Alternatively, if you just want a copy of the thing and you don't want to sign up to the newsletter, it is available on Smashwords. I don't have a link because I'm a fool and I forgot to program it into the banners. But it is on my, if you go onto my Facebook author page, right at the top, pinned to the top, there's a bibliography thread and it's in there. Great. So thank you very much. One last time. Remember, if you want to be included in the prize draw, give me a Vertagen book. Okay, so thank you all for watching. I'm Tim Mendees. I'm sure you'll see me again very shortly. Well, you will, because I'm going to be punching boxes and throwing pots all over the room like last time, I imagine. And I swear Chris Hewitt, I swear he said he'd already got a copy, so I'd have to do another draw, purely to try and make me look like a fool again. All right. Thank you, folks. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy the book. And I'll see you all soon. I will leave you with the disturbing sound effects that I made. Good night.